There's a difference between a zanset autel and a autel. What am I saying? There's a difference between an ancestor's altar and a altar. Now, a loa can be considered as a saint. Now, a zanset, an ancestor, has the capability of becoming a saint or becoming what you would consider a loa. The only difference between the zanset and the loa is that the zanset is someone that was related to you. At one point in time, the difference here lies in service. What's the difference between a zanset and a loa? There's not much of a big difference, because the loa is only a spirit that you petition to intercede in your worldly affairs that has no blood relation to you. The zanset can be petitioned to intercede in our worldly affairs as well. The only difference is that they are blood relatives of ours. They once lived. They could have been our uncle. They could have been our grandfather. They could have been our grandmother. We petition them and they intercede in our worldly affairs. In order for there to have been a marinette, in order for there to have been a, what they call it, si Jean Pétro or Jean Pétro, these spirits were deified. They were removed from the waters ritualistically. When I say removed from the waters, I'm making reference to the symbolism behind the ritual of raising them from the spirit realm, bringing the souls of the deceased to the world of the living for us to petition them, to aid us in our worldly endeavors. What creates a loa is when someone outside of our family serves them. So you have your uncle here. Your uncle passed away. Let's just say, he died in the 80s. You're still making you're jeting de l'eau, you're pouring out water, you're lighting certain things at his gravesite or whatever. Or if you have his gouvi or his urn and you're doing a ritual through that, now you get 5 other people that come and do the same thing. They're coming and petitioning your relative. This is what creates a deity. When people start getting in numbers, serving a deity, this is when we have what we call a loa. Because the loa were once related to people. Some of them were once related to people. And when they passed on, their family passed on, people still kept on serving them. When we're talking about zanset altars, as well as loa altars, they work the same. Just like the loa has their colors, they have their color candles. The same application applies to a family member. What is their favorite color? What is the food they like? What is it that they want from us? You cannot guess these things. You have to know this individual, and if you don't know them, you have to commune with them. And I'm not talking about just guessing what they want or just playing with talking inside your head and responding to things that you're making reference to inside your head. Because a lot of people get into this foolishness where they're having conversations in their own mind with themselves and they think they're talking to ancestors. This is something you have to know. It's not something that you could just believe. This is something that you have to be in the spirit to get the messages that you need in order to conduct the rituals which is needed for the ancestral altars as well as the Loa altars. Where did the first person learn what Marinette like or what Ezeli Dontor like? Where these people get it from? Did they get it from someone before them? No. The first person who communicated with them had to basically have some type of spiritual connection with them to learn the different techniques. There's certain techniques you can utilize on the altar. There's certain different things that you can do in order to basically commune with these spirits, but it has to be given. You have to receive the authorization from the spirit. And this cannot come if you're not spiritually in tune. So, I want to tell you guys, you have to be very open-minded when it comes to working with altars, because there's a lot of people that think that, hey, you know, what's good for one spirit is good for all. And it doesn't work that way, because each spirit has their preference. Some spirits may like tobacco. Some spirits may not like tobacco. Some spirits may like, they may like fruits. Some spirits may not like fruit. Some spirits like a particular this particular fruit. It's not every spirit's gonna like an apple. Not every spirit's gonna like plantain or bananas. So not every spirit's gonna like grapes. You got to know what the spirit wants in order for it to work with you. You cannot switch up and think, well, one moment I feel like doing this, I feel like doing that. It's not about what you think or what you want. It's about what the spirit wants. And that ritual does not change. It goes back to the Old Testament when you seen people serving Ivaya, or Yahweh or Jehovah, whatever way a person wants to pronounce it. You seen that people who made the rituals wrong were struck dead on the spot. Some were even punished severely for making those infractions. You got to know what you're doing. So with that said, I conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.